What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Friday's episode of the Plus Money Sports Betting Podcast. My name is Q. You can follow me on all socials at Bets by Q. And of course, this podcast is brought to you by Black Sheep Betting, where it is a dog's world. Check out the link in the description. It'll get you access to the Discord. We're on an absolute tear right now in the VIP chat. We would love to have you. Free trials in the description. Come check it out. We're going to crush this Sunday as we move into football season. But let's recap yesterday. Last night we had two plays. The Cowboys cashed for us on the spread, covering that big number against Philly, just like we thought that they would. Unfortunately, Dallas Goedert did not find the end zone for us, so we split that card 1-1. That brings us to 5-4 on the week, up 2.5 units overall. Not bad. And now it's time to close out strong because you know what day it is. Parlay Friday. And for this week's edition, I've got a 3-leg parlay plus 1,000, 2 plays from the diamond, 1 from the gridiron, and NFL's first Pro Time showdown of the season. Let's jump right into it. First leg, not going to spend too much time on this, but we're going to go to the Mets on the run line minus 1.5. This one is pretty simple. David Peterson is coming off a brutal outing against the Marlins. He just gave up 8 runs, but he's on the mound today for New York. I actually think this is a good spot to buy low on him. Just before that, one of his best starts since the All-Star break came against the Cincinnati Reds, the same team who they are facing today. He had 6 shutout innings in that game, just 4 hits allowed, and just incomplete control of the game. This feels like a bounce-back, get-right start for Peterson. He doesn't need to be perfect. He just needs to keep the traffic manageable for Cincinnati to string hits together. And here's the kicker. 16 of the Mets' last 17 wins have come by 2 or more runs. So when they win, they don't just squeak by. They're not just, winning late. They're blowing teams out. They're covering the run line. You combine that with their bats coming alive. I think the Mets piled on them in Game 1 of this road series. We're taking the Mets minus 1.5 for the first leg. All right. Second leg, we're going to the San Francisco Giants on the money line against the St. Louis Cardinals. People doubted whether this Rafael Devers trade was going to pay off. Well, he is firing off at all cylinders right now. And the Giants are reaping the benefits here. He's been absolutely white fire, flaming hot, 11 home runs, hitting 296, 402, and 630 across his last 28 games. This month he's been one of the best players in baseball, and he's given this offense some real juice, some real momentum. San Fran is 4 games back right now from the wild card spot. They're very much alive. They have to keep this momentum rolling. We're going to have Carson Seymour on the mound opening here. Looks like it's going to be a bullpen game approach. So this is a bit of a sneaky angle. It has worked for them when they've had to do this. On the other side, St. Louis throws Michael McGreevy. He's looked pretty solid as a 6-inning starter, but he's new in that role. I think the Giants lineup can definitely get to him. They just took back-to-back wins over Oakland. They're heating up right now at the perfect time, and I think they keep it rolling here. Second leg, Giants on the money line. Now for the big one, the third leg. We're taking the Chargers on the money line at plus 140 against the Chiefs. Look, I hate that this game is being played on a neutral field in Brazil, okay? Especially given that last year's surface conditions were very bad, and factoring that in, this is the kind of spot where I have to back the Chargers. Everybody respects Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and rightfully so, all right? But the Chiefs rarely blow teams out. Last season, they played close game after close game. They went 0-7 against the spread down the stretch. They win, but they don't cover. That's where the value lies in fading the Chiefs, okay? And let's be real. This is not the same KC offense that we've grown accustomed to over the years. Arguably, their best player, biggest playmaker, Rashee Rice, suspended for 6 games. Travis Kelce is kind of edging toward the, twilight of his career. But Mahomes can still work magic, and we have to be careful. But the weapons, they're not what they used to be. I think Mahomes is going to have to use his legs here a lot in this game. And when you look at the Chargers, they've reloaded. They're re-energized under second-year coach Jim Harbaugh, who has this locker room completely bought in. Okay? Harbaugh is a big game coach. He lives for the moment. He loves spots like this. Also good news, I guess, for the Chargers. Najee Harris has been cleared to play after, I guess, the fireworks accident that he had. But rookie Ladd McConkey looks like a star in the making. We saw him last year. We were able to cash in on some of his prop bets. And then, look, there got some real buzz around this kid, Omarion Hampton, being another piece Harbaugh has recruited in the draft. You add in the fact that Keenan Allen is back in the baby powder blue after that trade reshuffle. And coincidentally, that trade that, sent Justin Herbert to Chicago, they went and used that pick to get Ladd McConkey, and now you get the best of both worlds. Look, no props in this game. Keenan Allen will be the third down target. I can almost guarantee you that. All right? So Justin Herbert has weapons everywhere. And let's not forget, he can use his legs. I mean, at Oregon, this was a legit dual threat quarterback. I expect Harbaugh to continue to utilize that. We saw that a little bit more last year, but we got to design some plays here to get him moving with his legs. And I think that adds another wrinkle for this Chiefs defense. So, yeah, Kansas City's defense still very much intact. They will be stingy. It's a great unit. But my model has this closer to Chiefs -1 on a neutral field. Not the +3.5 that we're getting here that the market is sitting at. This should be a coin flip. I'm going to grab the Bolts outright at +140 to complete the parlay. +1,000, okay? Parlay Friday. Here's the play. We're going to put a half unit on this. Okay, Mets -1.5. Giants on the money line. That's the San Francisco Giants. And then we have the Chargers on the money line in a primetime spot tonight against the Chiefs. All tied together for +1,000. We've got a bounce back spot for Peterson in the Mets. Surging Giants squad anchored by Rafael Devers and a Harbaugh-led Chargers team ready to make a statement in Brazil. Let's close out this week in style. And I'll be back here on Monday with more plus money plays from around the sports world. As always, my name is Q from Black Sheep Betting, and I hope each and every one of you hit each and every one of your bets. Peace.